Hi, my name is John Whitehead, and welcome to my weekly video blog post. Thank you for joining me. As a leadership coach, I work with senior leaders and emerging leaders in organizations. I also work with a number of entrepreneurs who are trying to take their business to the next level. And in that work, I come across a number of different leadership styles and work with executives on how they can hone those leadership skill sets that they may have already and just need a little bit more development, or they're just starting into that leadership role and they're still trying to find their feet, get their feet wet, so to speak. One of the other things that I do is, and those of you who follow my blog posts will know this, is that I also teach leadership at University of British Columbia. And these are fourth-year Faculty of Management students. And when I teach the course, the focus is for them to find their own definition of leadership. Now, if you Google leadership or definition of leadership, you'll get some stupid, ridiculous number of posts pop up. And that just speaks to so many different ideas and thinking on what leadership is. And it's very situational and it's very individual. And so at the end of the year, when the students send in their final essay, which is a 2,000-word paper that is to define their own definition of leadership, present it, argue it, provide backup through references and resources that either we presented during the class or that they've come up with them themselves, I get an opportunity to read these papers. And I just finished marking the last one of 75 actually last night. And I'm continually astonished with the differences and also the similarities. They all come at this, the students come at this by using their personal examples, personal stories, examples that they have in having leaders or managers in jobs that they had, but also then balancing that out with what they've learned in the class. The very first class of the semester, I asked them what they're looking for when they come into this class, or do they have a definition of leadership? And some of them state in the final paper, they say, I came into the class with this as a definition of what I thought leadership was. But throughout this course, I've grown, I've developed it, I've broadened it. So it's not so narrow for them. And I think that that's critical. So the point that I really want to make about leadership is it does tend to be situational, doesn't it? And it does tend to be very personal and individual. And you know when you work with a good leader, you know when you're not working with a good leader. You know that. And when you take that, how does that inform you about how you should be as a leader in any given situation that you're in? What does it mean for you to be a leader? Be interesting, something to think about. Anyway, that's what I have to talk about today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll connect with me next week when I produce another one of these. Have a great week.